Well, yeah, if you were left-handed, the owner of Bravo, you'd think different. No, no, because not even I'm bigger than Bravo. No one's bigger than Bravo. The market dictates what Bravo does, not the owner. Why is there not more left-handed options, Hank? Left-handed options. There isn't a lot of left-handed. I know probably you guys are gonna be like, oh man, here he goes again with left-handed. There's not a lot of left-handed options because the fact is that about 10% of the population is left-handed. When we would run full throttle custom, when we had our custom shop, we weren't getting hundreds of orders a day. But when we started getting there, that's what we had to let go because our lead times. Dude, you think? I remember we had lead times of 2 months, 8-week lead times. I mean, sometimes even longer. But anyways, left-handed holsters don't sell as much as right-handed holsters. Well, that's not fair. I know, but it's just the way it is. And so the reason we don't offer a lot of left-handed holsters is because the Hellcat right-handed is going to outsell the P365 left-handed. So we have to go with the Hellcat. We have to, guys. Well, yeah, if you were left-handed, the owner of Bravo, you'd think different. No. No, because not even I'm bigger than Bravo. No one's bigger than Bravo. The market dictates what Bravo does, not the owner. I have an FNX 45 tactical, the original one that came with the Eagle bag. I don't have a holster for it, and I love that gun. I run an X300 on it. Awesome gun. May not be as practical, I get it, but it's just so cool, man. It's one of the original ones. It's not even an FNX, it's an FNP 45 tactical. It's one of the original ones. Threaded barrel, everything, tall suppressor sights, awesome. RMR cut out. Awesome gun. I don't have a holster for it. It's not what I want. It's what the market dictates. We offer a Glock 19 left-handed because a lot of people run Glock 19s and the left-handed sells well. So we may start offering left-handed holsters for the guns that sell in high volumes. But at the end of the day, man, it's just, if we're going to spend 3 months on a mold, why are we going to do a mold that's left-handed when we could have done this mold and sold a lot more? Because a company needs revenue. It needs money. It needs to generate revenue so that it can continue to pay its employees and so they can continue to innovate and so they can continue to make more gun holsters. It's just business, guys. That's why when you walk into an academy or a Gander or whatever, you walk in and you ask for a left-handed shotgun, they may have 1 or 2, but they're not going to have the Browning that you want, the gold trigger, or they're not going to have, they may if you're lucky. So you may have to special order it. But that's just the way it is. Trying to find left-handed gloves, not as easy as finding a right-handed baseball glove. I mean, it's just a left-handed guitar. Yeah, I want an Ibanez Gem left-handed. You're gonna have to special order that thing if they make. I don't even know if they make. I'm sure they do. Maybe, I don't know. I mean, it's just that's just the way it is. And so now the 4.0. Now there's a lot of people mistake us for being a garage Kydex company. That's not how we make our holsters. This is not Kydex. This is injection molded polymer. We don't make Kydex holsters. We do our 2.0 line, but we don't even make them the way the garage guys make them because we use a special process. It's a process that we design. And so, guys, we're not sitting there with blue guns or little plates made out of some chalk resin and all right, and then flip it over for left. No, we don't flip blue guns. That's not what we do. If we did, we'd offer left-handed for everything, man. But we don't do that. That's not how we operate. We can't, because you can't scale that. You can't take in hundreds of orders if you're doing blue guns and put in an easy bake oven and waiting for 2 minutes, ding, or 3 minutes, and all right, it's hot enough. All right, put it on. And we can't do that. And I'm not making fun of that process because that's what got us where we're at. But you got to keep moving forward and you got to keep climbing that next rung on the ladder. If you want to go take it to the next level, you have to. You have to. You can't scale Kydex. You can't. Unless there's a machine out there that can make them fast, you can't scale. And trust me, our process is fast, but we can't. We can't put up with those numbers. Now, so that's the reason why we don't offer left-handed holsters, is because number one, We don't make holsters like that with a blue gun or anything like that. Number two, they don't sell as much. And we have molds that have been in line for long. The VP9 3.0 has been in line for 4 or 5 months. And so that one is going to outsell, the PPQ left-handed or the P320 left-handed. It is. And so we need to stick with the VP9. It's just business, guys. And so I just wanted to share that with you guys. Now our 4.0, maybe it'll be ambidextrous. Maybe. The problem with it being ambi is that, can you ambi that? Can you ambi the torsion technology? Probably not. Maybe we'll do it with a torsion technology and do an ambidextrous 4.0. I don't know. We need to think of all that. But at the end of the day, is it going to bring in more revenue? The other thing with an ambi holster is that you lose little things. Like, you can't really, because now it's, now, you're having to please two sides of the spectrum. And one side isn't even that heavy. It's kind of a light side. And so it doesn't make a whole lot of sense to do an ambi holster to please 10% of not the market, of the population. I mean, a lot of left-handers, it's funny because I've thought about this. Well, when we had left-handed holsters, we only sold about 5% of our sales were left-handed. And I'm thinking, yeah, but 10% of the population is left-handed. You know what happened? And this is what happens. And a lot of people adapt. I know, because I know musicians, and I know that I'm naturally left-handed, but I play my guitar right-handed. Why? Because I wanted this guitar, man. It was hard for me to find. Or whatever. Or when I was a kid, there was no left-handed guitars. You'd have to flip it like Jimi Hendrix. So I just learned how to play right-handed. A lot of people do that. I know hunters. They're left-handed, but they shoot right-handed. I know gun carriers, concealed carriers. Yeah, I'm left-handed, but I shoot right-handed because they've trained themselves to do that. And so I truly believe that the 5% of the sales we were getting in holsters was because a lot of these people were left-handed that trained themselves to shoot right-hand. I mean, go figure. That doesn't help the case for left-handed people, but it's just the way it is. You adapt. You adapt, man. I mean, you just have to. And so, I feel for you guys. I know, I get it. My brother's left-handed. He has a 1911. He doesn't have a Bravo holster. I think he has an old one when we used to make them, but he doesn't have a new one. So it is what it is, man. It is what it is. Good question, man.